EPA WA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for June 20th, 2024. Unless you're living under a rock for the last couple of days, it's been pretty hot and humid and certainly felt like summer. And now it will officially be summer today, with summer officially arriving at 4:50 p.m. this afternoon. Thursday's video forecast is proudly sponsored by Kleckner & Sons Appliances. Family-owned and operated, Kleckner & Sons have been serving the greater Lehigh Valley region since 1945. Kleckner & Sons are here to serve your appliance needs at two convenient locations in the Lehigh Valley, 2177 MacArthur Road in Whitehall and 575 Chestnut Street in Emmaus. The leader in sales and service prides itself in providing outstanding continuous customer service from the moment the customer steps through the door. Kleckner's provides a wide range of name brand appliances and parts to target all of your appliance needs. They also offer professional delivery and installation options, as well as repair services performed by in-house qualified technicians. From kitchen renovations to small specialty appliances to a new laundry pair, Kleckner's has you covered. For more information or inquiries, please contact one of their showroom locations or check out their website at klecknerandsons.com, or you can give them a call here at the number above me here in the video, 610-433-4202. Experience the small business difference for yourself and shop at Kleckner & Sons Appliances, proud sponsors of the Thursday video forecast. So hot and humid is going to continue. I know it seems like Groundhog Day here, but this is not a this is pretty much just a wash, rinse, repeat cycle we're in here, and it was expected to be for a prolonged period, and we're going to have that straight through the weekend. Very slight reprieve early next week, and then we're right back in it again. No rest for the weary. So if you're not a fan of summer weather, this is not going to be enjoyable for you. And whatever you've been doing to stay cool, continue doing that. Stay hydrated. Take plenty of breaks if you're outdoors and you have to be outdoors. Some people don't have a choice. If you work outdoors, take plenty of rest breaks in shaded areas or air conditioning, and make sure you drink plenty of water and wear light-colored clothing, loosely fitting light-colored clothing. Okay, so today we have a very similar day to what we had yesterday. Mix of sun and clouds, similar temperatures. Dew points maybe vary a tad slightly higher than yesterday, but it's not going to be noticeable. And looks like we're going to have some thunderstorm activity moving generally north of us. This is the European model that's focusing on areas just north of the Pennsylvania-New York border. Okay, and I think that corridor, when you go back here from like Elmira over to Binghamton and then into the lower Susquehanna Valley, or not Susquehanna, but lower Hudson Valley, Hudson River Valley. There will be some convection associated with this, but I think most of that stays off to our north. It's on the outer periphery of a ridge that is now starting to flatten a little bit. And we talked about this in the last couple of days, that the ridge is very solidly over us here, but it starts to flatten a little bit later today. And along the outer periphery, this is where you're going to have the activity of the thunderstorm activity. And over the next couple of days, we're going to see this ridge retreat to the southwest. Here's Friday, here's Saturday, and over the weekend it's pretty much retreated at that point. So that's going to invite some thunderstorm activity, at least isolated, to come into the picture here over the weekend. But we are going to have the hottest 3-day stretch that we've had over this entire span, most likely between Friday and Sunday. Okay, Friday, Saturday, Sunday are going to be pretty darn hot days. Temperatures in the middle 90s, some places even upper 90s. It's going to be pretty hot across our region for that particular span. Here's the thunderstorms here that I talked about. This is generally on any day going forward here, there's going to be almost daily thunderstorm chances. Okay, it's not going to be everywhere. Today's going to be it might be the most concentrated, but it's going to be mainly north of the region. As you can see here, as it gets nearest the New York-Pennsylvania border, you might have some storms cross into that, up by Tioga County and Bradford County, Susquehanna County, the border counties of New York might get into some activity, but doesn't really survive much further past that. It just kind of falls apart. So we're not really expecting anything further south today, but on most days going forward, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, when you have the opportunity for storms, it's generally going to be between a 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. window. That's generally your time frame that we're looking at. High resolution rapid refresh, pretty much doing the same thing, straddling the New York-Pennsylvania border. And again, this is going from Elmira over to Binghamton and into the lower Hudson Valley. With these storms, there actually is a slight risk for severe weather up there in those particular regions. They did extend it into northern Pennsylvania, but I think it's a little bit too far south. So I think it's going to be generally nearest the New York-Pennsylvania border and points north today. And once we get into Friday, We have another opportunity for some storms moving through here. But these are going to be mainly, again, favoring northern areas from north central PA over to northeast PA. You could have some storms, scattered storms that are going to be in and around the region. But the NAM has these much more widely scattered on Friday. So you see them; they're here, where they're very widely scattered. Okay, they're not. They're not really organized. But any of these storms here, if they do get going, could produce some gusty winds, frequent lightning, maybe even some small hail, but luckily heavy rainfall with any of these storms moving through as well. But these are going to be kind of few and far in between here. So isolated to widely scattered activity is what we're looking at here for Friday, not a widespread thing. And this is what the European model has here for Friday. Again, it has them mainly across our northern areas in the same areas that the HRRR was just showing, that first one image I showed you for Friday. So it's not a lot of areas getting into this activity. Areas further south are going to be like what storms? There's going to be nothing there, okay? So just hot and humid conditions continuing straight through the weekend. So that's Friday. And then Saturday, doing the same thing here, and it's focusing on northeast PA, maybe east central Pennsylvania, over by the Lehigh Valley, northern New Jersey. We'll see how this plays out over the next couple of days, but I just don't expect this to be something really widespread. Here's what we have for actually Saturday. Doesn't even go that far here on the NAM, but there is some opportunity for, again, between 2 and 8 p.m., some pop-up convection that could be locally strong as these move through. And we're going to have one more day of this as we get into Sunday, with more isolated thunderstorms in the afternoon, but each of these days are going to be just hot, humid, and partly cloudy otherwise, okay? So maybe you get saved by a thunderstorm moving through there, and it helps cool you off a little bit, at least temporarily. But Sunday looks like very minimal activity as well. A cold front's going to move through overnight and early, it looks like, here on Monday. So there could be some scattered thunderstorms with that as it moves through. This is the cold front that's going to temporarily halt the heat wave that we're going to have straight through Sunday. So Monday you're going to have temperatures in the upper 80s, and same thing here for Tuesday. Tuesday in its wake is a mostly sunny day, and then with low humidity actually. So the humidity is going to come down. Winds turn to the northwest on Tuesday. You get basically a one-day reprieve of the humidity, and then we're right back into the lower 90s. It looks like here by the time we get to Wednesday of next week. This is all ahead of another cold front that could come through here in the probably next Thursday, and you might have another reinforcing shot of low humidity conditions here to end the week. Possibly. We'll see. So I do think overall we're going to remain on the hotter side of average going forward, and that is all the way through at least the first 10 days of July, it's looking like. So it's going to be pretty hot. It might only be slightly above average, but you got to remember this time of year, average is now like middle 80s. So if you're slightly above average, you're in the upper 80s to your 90, maybe even the lower 90s, for high temperatures. So it doesn't take much. It's all relative to the time of year and what we're dealing with currently. So if you're above average when it's already supposed to be hot, it's going to be even hotter. And so this is not unprecedented by any means, but this is summer now. Summer officially arrives today to match what's going on around us. That's pretty much it with the week ahead here. Just some isolated and widely scattered thunderstorm chances here each day, Friday through Sunday. Actually, and again Monday with the cold front moving through. But other than that, we're just hot and humid. And that's the general rule for the week ahead. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marterstadt as your outlook for June 20th, 2024. Have a great Thursday.